Hey you guys, Steph here with Beautifully Changed, and today I'm going to do a book review on Everybody Always by Bob Goff. So a couple things that I want to share with this book. The first thing is even if you're not somebody who's really huge into books that reference God or Jesus a lot, I would still encourage you to read this book, because it's really about the message that he's giving with each story. So even if you could read the book and kind of put your own beliefs aside and just hear the stories themselves are really fantastic in this book. And so I really did appreciate that. It's a bunch of just chapters, and each chapter is a little story. And towards the end, the stories kind of go together. It's like a piece of each story. However, each chapter was very moving. I did find myself feeling like emotional in almost every story. I did feel myself feeling emotional, and some stories had me tearing up, and I felt motivated and inspired to just love more and love harder and love more people. And like anybody who knows me knows that I'm a huge fan of being love and being kindness. And you know, when we think about that quote, like, be the change you want to see in the world, sometimes we think, well, how can I do that? Like, what can I do? I've found myself feeling that too. Like, what can I do? Like, I have all these ideas and I want to do something that helps people and really lifts the world and makes a difference. And then I'm like, you know what? The answer is so simple, and it's so available for every single one of us. And it's to be love. Just be kind. And that in itself lifts the frequency of the world, makes the world a better place to be in, to live in, to raise a family in, to just be a part of, you know? So even if only a few of us read this book, it still is going to raise the frequency of the world, because we're all going to love a little harder, be a little kinder, do a little bit more. They're called Land the Plane. So he's talking about he's going on this trip with his son, and his son just became a pilot, and he wants his son to land the plane. And he talks about how you know, sometimes we want more signs, more instructions from God or the universe or whatever. And he says sometimes we don't need any more instructions. So this is what he says. Most of us don't need more instructions. We simply need someone who believes in us. If we're fortunate, God will surround us with friends who know us so well, they've stopped trying to control our conduct with endless instructions, and instead trust that God is at work in our lives, even if He's doing things we don't yet understand. And then he goes on to say, it's perfectly normal and okay to feel afraid and confused and stationary. When we dream up something where the outcome seems uncertain and we don't hear God's voice or like a message from the universe, I live in there. What if God isn't saying anything to us because He's already said it? Like my time with Adam flying into the lake, I can picture God sitting beside each of us, not confused or afraid, but confident we have all the information we need. We may not have had experience with the circumstance we're presently facing, but He's allowed us to experience a lifetime of other things to prepare us for what is coming next. He knows that without risk, we can't grow. God didn't promise us a safe life. Instead, He said He would give us a dangerous, courageous, and purposeful one if we'll take Him at His word and stay engaged. Sometimes God is confidently quiet. He doesn't give us more explanations. He knows we don't need more words of instruction. The moment we take even a tiny shuffle forward, what God is already thinking about us is this: I love you, you've got this, you know enough. So what big idea do you have that you've not pursued because you didn't know if it would work? Who have you wanted to reach out to and love but afraid you'd be rejected? Who has broken your heart? Who took advantage of you in a business deal? Who misunderstood you? Who do you need to forgive? Now's your time. Don't wait any longer. You know what to do. you've got this. You know enough, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like you know enough already. So whatever it is that you want to chase, whatever's stirring at your heart, go get it, you know? And become love along your path. Be love along your way. And love the difficult people, not just the easy people. That's the biggest message I got from this book, is just love everybody. The people who are easy to love them. The people who challenge you to love them. And I also was kind of thinking about it, and my own biggest takeaway is that love isn't about what we receive. Love is about what we give and about what we do for others. You know, and then of course we receive in the end, but love isn't about what we receive from all these people around us. Love is about lifting others up and giving them love, you know? So, okay, let's see. Yeah, definitely this book really just inspired me to be more loving, be more kind. I loved the stories, and you know, personally, I don't go to church anymore, and I am gonna say that I am very spiritual. You know, a lot of people get like spiritual, they're like, oh, you're spiritual, right? But I definitely am a spiritual person. I know this book, you know, just reminded me of all the good that comes from being a loving person. And it doesn't mean bad things won't ever happen to you. It just means that you can love through anything that happens to you. So anyway, I definitely encourage you to read this book. It's really fun. I definitely want to read his other book called Love Does. So I don't know if you've read that book or not, but it was definitely good stuff. So I definitely would recommend this. Add it to your book list. It'll inspire you to just love a little harder and find opportunities to be a little kinder. So if you have a book that you think I should read and review, I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments. Please let me know. If you've made it this far, please like, and perhaps you might want to subscribe, and just have an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Bye.